Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Today, I'm gonna defend good old Mr.Enter again. Funny enough, this video was inspired by Anti-T-Bone 2004. Seriously, dude, the Anti-T-Bone. Just start the video.
Before we begin, I would like to thank the Anti-T-Bone 2004 for giving me the courage to do this. He's a fantastic ranter who tells you the straight up truth, and I encourage everyone to check his videos out.
The Anti-T-Bone 2004. The greatest ranter. Oh wow, the Anti-T-Bone 2004. Oh my.
Guys, we need to talk, and I must warn you now that if you don't like the tone of my voice, you're going to hate this video and my guts. There'll be no sign of my face, no pictures, no music, no singing, no voice impressions, not even a single funny line. This is the most serious video I have ever made.
Guys, we need to talk, and I'm warning you right now that if you didn't like my tone in my April 9th review, you're not going to like it here.
Yeah, you copied. In the video title, it says a serious rant about Mr.Enter. I'm pretty sure many people are going to tell what tone of voice is going to be in the video. Unless it's a joke video, which it sadly isn't.
I'm all in for good reviews. I like the Nostalgia Critic, Capanarmic, Robotaxi, T-Tunes, and Animan. They are good reviewers. Mr.Enter is not a good reviewer. In fact, I think that he might actually be the worst reviewer on YouTube today. I'm serious. It is that bad. How is he bad? Well, first off, he's unoriginal. Why is he unoriginal? He copies off other reviewers that actually do their work and pay their dues, like Mopro Studios on the term Squidward torture porn, Shogun Jin Zero on the first name of animated atrocities, Infamous Animation, Big Man X on the name Animated Atrocities, and the Nostalgia Critic on, well, isn't it obvious? Exaggerating everything.
He did not steal the term. He wasn't like, hey guys, look at the new term I just created. Terms are words or phrases used to describe a thing or a concept. I'm pretty sure that many people can use the term other than the creator. When he saw Infamous Animation, he changed it to Animation Atrocity. He also said that not every atrocity is famous. He found out about Big Man X after changing it to Animation Atrocities. With Nostalgia Critic, he did not create exaggeration. Yes, he does it, but that does not equal creation.
You may say that Mr.Enter has charisma, but the truth is that his voice gets really annoying when he yells, and the jokes he tries to tell are boring at best and just plain cruel at worst. Complaint 2. He cannot take criticism. Whether it's because of his inflated ego or the fact that he blocks people who have a different opinion from him, he just can't take a single hit of criticism. Mr.Enter's most controversial video was his animal animation on Shin Koizan's Troll. And during the video, he straight up admitted that he blocked everyone who thought there was a difference between cyberbullies and a troll. Really, Enter? Just really? Why would you block people for having an opinion you didn't like? In more recent news, a sophomore animator by the name of Alex V. Mann gave Mr.Enter some constructive advice on his upcoming show Growing Around and on what Enter could do to make it better. What does Enter do? He comes up with excuses and arguments. Enter, if you seriously expect to have your show picked up by television, you need to have a better attitude than this.
Have you read the comment? What it's trying to say is to give up the project for now. How is that supposed to help out the project? Also, he gave reasonable excuses why. Like, it's not okay to scrap months of work, and they took many breaks. Those are good excuses.
Complaint free. His Patreon account. Now, I have no problem with having a Patreon account, but only if it's for a good cause. Like, maybe if you're doing animations, that would be the perfect time for a Patreon account. Or maybe it's time to grow your audience. That's also a good idea for a Patreon account. But begging for money so you can review movies like Shark Tale, Home on the Range, and Atlantis 2, which you can just buy in a store, is not even close to worthy for a Patreon account. If you're looking for old animated movies or DVDs of old cartoons, I could understand. But begging for money so you could get movies that you could buy at your local store is not going to work. It makes you sound petty and an arrogant prick.
How does asking for money makes you an arrogant prick? You don't have to pay. Keyword, pay for his Patreon. You can consider he's using Patreon to get better equipment to make his videos better.
Complaint 4. Copyright. He claims that everything he uses is fair use. Him begging for money for movies, getting too personal about a cartoon company, his owner Viacom, and even writers themselves destroys the purpose of fair use. So even if he were to claim that his videos were in fair use, it wouldn't mean a thing. Fox, Viacom, and even Hasbro have all gotten sick of his nonsense and have tried to put an end to him. Of all the companies in this list, Viacom came the closest. They actually suspended him for 2 whole weeks. At first I thought that both sides were just wasting their time and should have been ashamed of themselves. But then I realized Mr. Enter had been a big jerk to them ever since the first animated atrocity. So now, I was actually glad that Viacom suspended Mr. Enter for 2 weeks.
It was falsely acclaimed. That logic can apply to you because you're sort of getting personal with Mr. Enter, and to any reviewers who do reviews.
Complaint 5. The biggest complaint I have. Mr. Enter expects too much out of a cartoon. Why does he expect too much out of a cartoon? Because he has tastes of like Gordon Ramsay and Simon Cowell. Inexplicably high. Anything that makes him squeamish or things is gross, he'll rant about. If the characters act like idiots or jerks, he'll rant about it. If the character he likes gets a torture porn, he rant about it. It got so bad that he actually wished Nickelodeon to die just because the cartoons they show aren't up to his quality. Really, Mr. Enter? I don't think Nickelodeon is perfect, but it certainly doesn't need to die. And here's the beauty part. He was born in 1992. This is usually where you save people from the 90s.
Maybe considering that he's a reviewer and that's his own opinion, isn't that the fundamentals of being a reviewer, showing your feelings towards a product?
Listen, I don't care if you're an adult who watches cartoons. I myself watch cartoons, and I'm 14. But at the same time, I realize that not every show on a network you're going to like. And the things we thought were good back then might not even be as good as we remember them to be. All we really can do is wait to see what happens next. And besides, kids want this sort of stuff. They want to see fart jokes. They want to see cartoony abuse. They want to hear stupid accents. And they want to see cliched plots. It's what the kids want. And you know what? That's okay.
So it's okay if it's crap. Do you think every kid wants to see crap? That logic can apply to any reviewer that reviewed a bad kids movie.
Now I want to address the fans of Mr. Enter. How does it feel to know that the person you think is good is just an egotistical, arrogant man-child who takes his feelings way too seriously? How does it feel to know that the person you think is your angel has told lies to you behind your back?
How is he egotistical? You never explained. With him taking his feelings too far, you might consider he's exaggerating. I finally cracked the code! It's Illuminati all over again!
Is this really the person you want to support and be proud? And finally, before I end this video, I want to address Mr. Enter as one YouTuber to another. All I ask of you is this. Stop. Stop and realize what you are doing is wrong, because you clearly haven't. Your refusal to take criticism is embarrassing for a critic like you. You are a hypocrite when you tell people not to nitpick on things, when you nitpick on cartoons that you don't like, even if they are the slightest bit of gross, idiotic, or plain bad, and it shocks me to know that people actually like and watch your work. You say you have the world in your hands. Well, let me tell you the truth. The truth of the matter is that you are the definition of a failure with no real charisma and no real logic of a cartoon. And nothing you've done recently has shown that you are going to get better in the future. And here's the sad part. People are going to watch him, and there's really nothing we can do about it. If you're a fan of Mr. Enter and have watched this video all the way and haven't hunted me down this, thank you. You've proven to me that you're mature enough to realize that the person you idolize isn't what they say he is. If you decided to unsubscribe from Mr. Enter, good. If you've taken offense to this video and now officially hate my guts, good. Because unlike Mr. Enter, I don't care if your opinion differs from mine. All I care about is you force your opinions down like an immature, whiny, pathetic little brat. This is Jacob Jones, and hopefully this will be the only time I ever have to do this. This is Jacob Jones, signing off.
Is this really a person you want to support? So, if anybody wants to join me, I'm going to unsubscribe from Mr. Enter. I'm going to unfollow him. I'm going to completely not support him until he actually thinks about what he's saying and is willing to listen to the other people's opinion and not be a fucking condescending prick. If anybody wants to join me, that's fine. If you don't want to join me and continue to support him otherwise, you can do that. Because unlike Mr. Enter at the moment, I don't care if your opinion differs from mine. I only care if you enforce your opinion by being a
Thief! Funny how you say Mr. Enter is stealing from people while you are stealing quotes from people. With the end of that video, here's my final thoughts. While Mr. Enter has done things wrong, especially that troll video, he isn't as bad as you think. He's a decent reviewer that reviews animation. Also, don't believe what's in Wikipedia Dramatica. Because, hint hint, Dramatica meaning drama, which is faking. And being inspired by Anti-T-Bone 2004 makes your video lose credibility.